I've mentioned that before about not having a blueprint.
Yeah.
And when I'm listening to the two of you talk in terms of intimacy and going through it, and even just the passing of your mom, we went through that early on in our mid-20s. And I struggle with the topic because I realized a lot of things that I did not do right by my wife. Not making any excuses, but I never experienced death.
Yeah.
I didn't know what it was to be a supportive husband. And when I got married, that what I was signing up for, when they said through sickness and in health, it didn't just apply to her.
Right.
It applied to her extended family and the people that she loved and cherished as well. So when that unfortunate time happened, I failed a lot, even in the category of intimacy, because I didn't know what, in that situation, I didn't really know how to handle that.
Yeah.
And then me too, being a young man, I really didn't have the patience that I felt was needed to be supportive of my wife. Now giving me a greater appreciation for intimacy, because I remember times with sex when I felt like it was my wife doing her duties and there was no connection, and that ain't the same.
Yeah. It's not.
So you start to, man, what is this about? Like I'm missing something here. It ain't the same kind of satisfaction at the end of it. And at 42 now, I can look back and I can say what that stems from.
Right.
You didn't appreciate intimacy and you didn't handle that situation right. So, in terms of, what sex and intimacy is, there's a different value. I do have a question for you though, because now you said you're 42, right?
42, yeah.
You're 42. How do you deal with? You just did something that I can relate to. You let her talk about her mom first. Why did you do that?
I can only sympathize, but I can't empathize. My mom is still here. So I don't know what it feels like to not have my mom present. So I think that it would have been unfair if I would have tried to express her feelings for her. I just did the lead in, but I'm letting her express how she felt, and I'm just there to be the support.
Yeah, for years I wouldn't talk about it at all.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't bring it up, like, I'm just not gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
And if she talks about it, I'll wait for her to ask me a question.
Yeah.
And that was mainly because, when I look back on it and I was like, I didn't handle that right. Not something I'm very proud of. So I would just say, I'm not gonna talk about my mother-in-law at all, which was not the right thing to do. That's why I brought it up. I don't think I was helping in that situation by just saying I'm not gonna talk about it, because her perception could be that, or I felt, I learned later that it was like, you don't care. You don't even talk about my mom. But me, I was, not talking about it because shame, I didn't handle that right. And I can't tell her, I can't use no excuse that I didn't know any better. We talking about life and death right now, and somebody that, you know what I mean, you're supposed to love. So when you did that, I was like, I recognize that. You know what I mean? I'm very familiar with that. So I was just curious.
Good observation there. Which leads me to asking a final question of, what does your partner do now that makes you feel, right? Whether it's, that the intimacy, makes you feel seen, I feel. I mean, for me, if I can say, one of the biggest things that I love is that how he watches me to know when, I'm either happy, I'm sad, I'm exhausted, or, I'm excited. He sees me, like he watches me, right? And so it's something that really does my soul well, because I'm like, he see me. And that's a turn on for me. Honey, I'd be like, oh, you noticed it? Oh, you noticed I was sad? Let me get my feelings together. But
hey, I'm gonna be like this now. Hey, baby,
But yeah, but those are the things that really speak to my heart. Just feel, we're in a world where you can go a whole day outside of your home and never be seen.
Absolutely.
And then you come home, that's where you expect and hope to be seen and to be heard. So, what about you, babe?
The only thing that I would add to that is desired. That's it. On top of what she said is that, I know for a lot of men, that's difficult for them to admit, is that we want to be desired just as well as women. We want to be looked at. And when my wife recognized, and that don't necessarily mean in a sexual way, right? Just have the desire to want to be around me for me. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
In my world, and be engaged in what I got going on, no matter how big or small or insignificant it might be, in yours, just, you know what I mean? Be desired. And then too, on that other aspect too, hey, I like knowing that my wife, she wanna get it in too.
That's right.
So
And do.
There you go.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. What about you all?
I think the way that I know that I'm being seen is it's a busy season in our lives. So for you to know that Chance knows your emotion, I'm always exhausted. I'm just tired. And so the sexiest thing that Greg does is change diapers, poopy diapers specifically.
Okay.
So when he changes the children's diapers, I'm like, okay. Like, he knows.
Yes.
He knows me. Like, he knows that I'm at my breaking point. He knows that I'm exhausted, and he knows that I need that extra help. So
yeah.
Yes.
For me, we look at like love languages and stuff, and for me, it's like physical touch and like quality time. So I could be doing something, not necessarily changing a poopy diaper, but I could be doing something, some task, some work, whatever, something around the house, and she could just come up and just kind of hug me, and just kind of kiss me, whatever, and it's like.
Yeah.
I like when he do the dishes, when he load
Hello. Hello.
Take that trash out. It'd be sexy the way the muscle in your arm moves.
It is not to be underestimated.
Okay, listen. And I would love to hear from you all.
Okay, ladies first.
I love that he doesn't assume. I love that he asks me, babe, what do you need? How can I pleasure you? How can I support you? What do you need from me? That's everything to me. And then too, like you said, Tab, like Chance, he is observant. In a busy world that's self-centered, it's fast-paced, you're doing for everybody, you're giving all of yourself, and you may get a small thank you back from one or two people to come home, and even out of all the things that he has on his plate, he has taken the time to understand what I need, to read me, to assess me, to stay in tune, to remember what, I may have complained about or what I may have felt, that night, and connecting. And then listen, let's not underestimate the domestic anointing. When I see him washing dishes or cleaning, like I've already told him that I'm like, it's good as own when I see you do that, because it's team. It's not gender, driven. It is, what does this team need to move the ball forward? And I love that about him.
Yes, love it.
One thing that I appreciate that Shan does is she gives me time to reset. I think certain things that we don't always discuss in marriage is we all, or maybe I should say 90% of us, we need some time to reset our thoughts.
Yeah.
Because when you're married, it's a beautiful institution, but you're on, you're always thinking about your spouse. And when you're coming home from a busy day and you've poured out and you probably had a stressful day, you probably just need some time to just be by yourself, get quiet, reset your thoughts, And I remember when we first got married, that was kind of a challenge because, she kind of perceived it as rejection. And we've learned to communicate, and I'm letting her know it's not rejection, babe.
Right.
I just need to go into the guest room. I need to listen to some music. I need to reset my thoughts. And then, hey, I'm good, And it's not like I stay in the room for 3 and 4 hours,
Yeah.
I mean, just, hey, give me about 30 minutes.
Yeah.
I came in the house, I'm tired, I'm talked out, I've been on calls, so just give me about 30 minutes. And so now I feel like we're coasting in that area. She gives me that time, that space. And so, once I'm refreshed, and I'm like, yo, so babe, what you want to do tonight? Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, I love it. I love everything that you both have said and shared with us. Thank you for trusting us with your feelings and your vulnerability. It's so amazing to be in this space with you all. So thank you for that. I encourage you all to continue to see each other, hear each other, give space when needed. Honey, I had to learn that the hard way, okay? For 23 years, I got it down. So, but continue to enjoy each other, your marriages. May you all be blessed abundantly in your journey. So thank you.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.